Why are we so afraid to be alone? Is it the silence, the stillness, or maybe the echo of our own thoughts? We live in a world that never stops talking. Notifications, DMs, group chats, likes, follows, stories. Our lives are filled with digital noise. So when that noise disappears, even for a second, we panic, we feel uncomfortable, we feel alone. And most of us will do anything to avoid that. But here's the twist. The very thing we run from, solitude, is the one thing that holds the key to who we really are. Let me tell you something strange. There's a kind of strength that only grows in silence, a power that only awakens when you're completely alone. No friends, no audience, no distractions. Just you and the truth. Because when you're alone, there's no one left to impress, no image to maintain, no identity to protect. And that's where it gets terrifying and liberating. Let me tell you a story. There was a guy, let's call him Jake. Jake was the kind of person everyone liked. He had a great job, a girlfriend, a friend group that went out every weekend. His social media was a highlight reel. But deep down, Jake felt fake. Not in a dishonest way, more like empty. He'd spend every waking second avoiding silence. Podcasts in the shower, music in the car, group chats over lunch. Always on, always connected. Until one day, out of pure exhaustion, Jake did something radical. He turned everything off. No phone, no internet, no plans. Just one weekend, alone. At first, it felt like torture. He kept checking his pocket for a phone that wasn't there. He felt itchy, restless, like something was missing. But slowly, the noise inside him, the endless self-judgment, the need to perform, started to fade. In the silence, he noticed things. The way his mind jumped from thought to thought, the guilt he carried, the dreams he buried. He cried, he laughed, he sat for hours just thinking. By the end of the weekend, Jake didn't come out a new man, but he came out more honest, more aware. And from that day on, solitude became his secret weapon. See, being alone isn't just about recharging. It's about remembering who you are beneath the noise. In solitude, you start to ask dangerous questions. What do I really want? Who am I trying to impress? What am I running from? And those questions, they're not easy, but they're necessary. We spend so much time trying to be seen, trying to belong, trying to matter, that we forget how powerful it is to be okay without any of that. We forget that the most unshakable confidence comes not from applause, but from self-trust. And self-trust is forged in solitude. You think confidence comes from followers, from status, from how many people are texting you back? Let me tell you what Marcus Aurelius wrote. Over 1,800 years ago, nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul. Read that again. The most powerful emperor in the world, a man who ruled millions, said the greatest peace wasn't found in his palace, but in his own mind. What does that tell you? It tells you that what you're really looking for, clarity, strength, purpose, doesn't come from outside. It's already inside you, but you'll only hear it when the world goes quiet. Here's the hard truth. If you can't be alone, you're not free, because you're always depending on something or someone to fill the silence. And that silence, that's the doorway. That's where your real self is hiding. The world will tell you that being alone is dangerous, that it means you're a loser, a loner, antisocial. But look at the people who changed the world. Artists, thinkers, leaders. They all had one thing in common. They embraced solitude. Steve Jobs took long, silent walks every day. Nietzsche said, "The great man is great by virtue of his free time." Even Einstein would sit alone for hours, thinking. Why? Because when the noise stops, the truth begins. You start to hear the quiet voice that says, "I want more. I need less. I've been lying to myself." Solitude isn't loneliness. It's intimacy with yourself. And most people are terrified of that intimacy because it means facing their fears, their wounds, their shame. But here's the paradox. Once you face them, they lose their power. The fear becomes fuel. The wounds become wisdom. The shame becomes strength. You start to realize you're not broken. You're just unexamined. And once you examine yourself, everything changes. Your relationships get deeper. because you're not afraid to be honest. Your goals get sharper because you know what you want, not what others expect. Your mind gets calmer because you're not at war with yourself. Solitude gives you something that nothing else can, a foundation, one that doesn't shake when the world does. So the next time you feel that discomfort, that itch to check your phone, to text someone, to scroll, just to escape your thoughts, pause. Don't run from it. Lean in. Sit with yourself. Ask, why do I feel the need to escape me? Because the more you can sit with yourself, the more you'll understand that you are enough. And that realization, that's where real power begins. Not the kind of power that controls others, but the kind that frees you. So try this. Spend 1 hour this week completely alone. No phone, no music, no distractions. Just you, your thoughts, and a journal. See what comes up. It might be uncomfortable. It might even be painful, but I promise you, it'll be worth it, because the moment you stop running from yourself, you start coming home to yourself. And that's where life gets real. That's where confidence is born. That's where purpose lives. So ask yourself again, why are we so afraid to be alone? Maybe it's because we know, deep down, that being alone reveals who we really are. And once you see that person, you can't unsee them. You either step into your power or keep hiding behind distractions. Your choice. But if you made it this far, something in you already knows what to do. If this woke something up in you, just wait until you discover the real reason why most people stay stuck their whole lives. It has nothing to do with talent and everything to do with fear. Check the next video. It'll blow your mind. And hey, drop a comment. Tell me how you deal with solitude. Or if you're ready to finally stop running. Let's talk.